All right. So through my career, I've been lucky enough to do some concrete rehab, both out in the field now that I'm in the concrete office. So MnDOT and I think FWHA is kind of adopting, trying to get some of this knowledge transfer. I can retire here in 3 years, not that I'm counting, but what they're trying to do is, get some of the knowledge, and I don't want to brag, I picked this knowledge up for over 30 years, so it's a lot of different people that this reflects. But anyways, this is a process that we went through. It's called the MASS system, that they come in, they actually hire a guy, and basically he picks your brain. So this is the end result. It's in a PowerPoint presentation. So what we like, it's just got different things that you can click on here. Yesterday I talked a lot about coring before the job. So we go through some of the coring stuff. When you click on them, it actually will bring you to different spots, show you the different kinds of cracks where I would recommend coring. And like I said, yesterday, if you were here, we like to get it out near the centerline joint. That's where the most deterioration typically happens, where you have a transverse joint meets a longitudinal joint. So, and I go into a little bit of get one close, and if that looks good, you don't really have to do it. The reason I say 2 feet away is because our standard fold-up repair is 2 feet on both sides of the joint or crack. So if we have highly deteriorated area here, you go in and make a recommendation to take one 2 feet away just to see if our standard 4-foot repair would work on it. Another just recommendation on the coring. Goes through decracking, what it looks like. This is kind of a working living document. I'll be going through and hopefully get some better pictures of what decracking looks like. More coring. Different things, where to core, what to look for. This is our typical bottom-up deterioration in Minnesota. Believe it or not, from the surface, the joints look pretty good. So that's what we're looking for. If we go out there and core, and that's along the centerline joint there, you can obviously see, this is not a good spot for a partial up repair. They did the right thing here and did a fold up repair. Then we can go in and see our different types of repairs. We just call our partial ups our B repairs, C repairs for our fold up, dull bar retrofits, and concrete grinding. Again, anything with the question mark, we want to see what our BA repair looks like. That's our partial up repair, where we generally put it. Concrete removal, this is what we like to see when we have a partial depth repair. Again, it sounds funny, partial depth repairs work well when they're partial depth repairs and are put on solid concrete. Down here, it's probably a little hard to see. This is a dowel bar and a transverse contraction joint. We just put a little tape over it for bond breaker. On our fold-up repairs, type CD is just a C repair, dowels, and it's a high volume repair. So some different applications, generally are we use them in the transverse direction, but we've had pretty good success here with putting them in the longitudinal direction on ramps. If this is a 16-foot ramp, back in the day we'd get a lot of prevalent cracking down the middle. Now we put a joint down the middle to correct that, but again, we've done quite a bit of that on both loops and ramps that are 16 feet wide. The low volume, that's our cities Basically, the only difference between the low volume and our high volume is the amount of dowel bars in there. Oops. This one's, you know, we kind of do some, I would call this more maintenance repair, because we put in steel, but it don't, on the outsides here, and then we put a basket in the middle. So you don't really have to worry about drilling the dowel bars in straight. You know, it's a nice repair for the, then you put a basket. The only problem with it is you do have to green saw it over the basket. So it all comes back to this screen. It's interactive. Like I said, anything you want to see, you know, this is what I'm talking about right here. You know, we had, probably it was a crack, it's full depth. You know, we talk about full depth or partial depth repairs. You know, is that a partial depth repair? Probably not. But you know, you can't catch them all. And if we do see some that go full depth, we drill in some bars here, 4-inch bars. The only reason there's a bend there, because we get a Hilti drill, and it's just easier to drill in from the side here. So we put it, you know, whatever, 15-degree bend in there. They don't have to be level. All we're saying is keep them an inch away, have an inch of cover off the ends and over the top. So that's that. Here's our standard, what we mill with, our contractors, I should say. You know, I would think this is a low volume road. What I would say to this one is, you know, this slab is basically just floating there. It probably should have been a full depth repair, but you know, if you're only looking for 5-10 years out of it, you could do a partial depth repair. Both of them are pretty solid underneath. They're not pretty, they are solid underneath here. So that's my knowledge book.